Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a boy who took care of sheep. This boy, named Peter, was responsible for watching over the flock of sheep that belonged to the villagers. Every morning, he would take the sheep to the grassy meadows near the forest and spend the entire day there, ensuring they were safe and well fed. Peter was a lively and curious boy, but he often found the task of watching sheep quite monotonous. The days seemed to drag on endlessly, and he longed for some excitement and adventure in his life, but he was bored. Day after day, Peter sat on a hill, watching the sheep graze. He would sometimes lie on the grass, staring at the clouds, imagining all sorts of adventures he could be having instead. The repetitive nature of his job made him restless. He tried to entertain himself by whistling tunes, playing with sticks, and even talking to the sheep, but nothing seemed to alleviate his boredom. The quiet and peaceful surroundings only made him yearn for some excitement even more. The villagers were angry, but the boy found it hilarious. One day, out of sheer boredom, Peter decided to play a prank on the villagers. He ran down to the village, shouting at the top of his lungs, "Wolf! Wolf! There's a wolf attacking the sheep!" The villagers, alarmed and concerned for their livestock, dropped everything they were doing and rushed to the meadow with sticks and tools to fend off the wolf. But when they arrived, they found no wolf, only Peter laughing heartily at their expense. The villagers were furious and scolded Peter for causing such unnecessary panic. However, Peter found their reactions so amusing that he couldn't help but laugh even more. So, the next day, Peter, still amused by the previous day's events, decided to repeat his prank. He once again ran to the village, crying out, "Wolf! Wolf! There's a wolf attacking the sheep!" The villagers, though skeptical, couldn't risk ignoring the warning. They hurried to the meadow, only to find Peter laughing at them once more. This time, their anger was even greater, and they warned Peter that if he continued to lie, they would no longer believe him. Despite their warnings, Peter was too caught up in his own amusement to take them seriously. But then, one evening, as the sun began to set, casting long shadows over the meadow, Peter noticed something moving in the distance. To his horror, he saw a real wolf creeping towards the flock of sheep. Panic-stricken, he ran to the village, shouting, "Wolf! Wolf! There's a wolf attacking the sheep!" But this time the villagers, remembering his previous lies, did not believe him. They thought it was just another one of his pranks and ignored his cries for help. Peter's heart sank as he realized the gravity of his actions. The boy learned a hard lesson that day. Always be honest. As the wolf attacked the sheep, Peter felt helpless and filled with regret. He understood that his lies had cost him the trust of the villagers, and now, when he truly needed their help, they were not there to support him. The wolf caused havoc among the flock, and Peter could do nothing but watch in despair. From that day on, Peter vowed never to lie again. He realized that honesty and trust were far more valuable than any momentary amusement he could get from his pranks. Trust is precious. Once lost, it's hard to get back. The villagers eventually forgave Peter, but it took a long time for him to regain their trust. He worked hard to prove that he had changed, always being truthful and responsible. The experience taught him the importance of honesty and the consequences of deceit. Peter's story became a lesson for everyone in the village, reminding them that trust is a fragile thing, and once broken, it takes a lot of effort to mend. And so, the tale of the boy who cried wolf was passed down through generations, teaching children the value of honesty and the importance of being trustworthy.